Travis Wayne Goodsell, back from my weekly trip. I am saving a vlog. You guys will not hear this one. That's part of my sealed portion. And it involves coincidental I have to wait for it to finish before I can see what the title is. Coincidences that you are too suspicious to think that it's just a coincidence. And so today I saw a person who I had known where I'm supposed to be to this day. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be a thorn in the side of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, such that they'd have to order YouTube to silence my videos from you. And I'm surprised he's out. But, he didn't petition for redress of grievances, which is a crime in Utah. So, yeah, I guess he's free. But, of course, that reminded me of the coincidences back then. Because when the church paid and ordered my disappearance in this concentration camp, this secret concentration camp in Utah, to have me slowly assassinated, which the church should know better. If they want to be the mafia, they can't pose as a religion, because all of your soldiers are Mormons and your associates are regular people who believe you're a religion. So when you give an order to take care of him, they don't quite see it in terms of mafia orders. Even though that's exactly what the prophets meant. And so you get failed murder attempts. That's why I'm still alive, despite having gone to the emergency room several times. So, yeah, if you want something done right, they're going to need to do it themselves. They really suck at this mafia thing, despite their whole structure being designed after it, and decades of experience, over a century of experience. Because while I was locked up without a court, with nobody knowing where I went. Oh, it's done. I can find out what I titled it. Coincidence confirmation. Yeah. Coincidental confirmation. See, because when I first got locked up, I got inspiration, if you want to call it revelation in religious terminology, great. As to how to build Zion. I'll just put it right out there, because nobody's listening. YouTube has successfully silenced me. So there's only maybe 10 who will listen to this video. Everything, the government, the economy, the building, everything. I got revelation for all of it. It was just a flood that just came over me. And if you've ever had a chance to hear the videos that I've done on Travis Wayne Goodsell talking about it, I put the pictures of what my cell would have looked like, because I was in a cell first. That's where they put you. So it's under the cloak of legitimacy before they vanish you forever. So yeah, I was in the Salt Lake County Jail for petitioning the government against the church and the government. And of course that's illegal. You can't petition. They called it a weapon of mass destruction. Because if you're familiar, prosecutors always trump up the charges. And then that's supposed to scare you and you go, oh no, I don't want to go to prison, please, I'll do anything. And then you confess to being guilty of lesser charges. Guys like me, no, we're not going to plead guilty. We didn't do anything wrong. And so, I knew exactly what they were doing. I put it in the petition that that's what they were going to do to me. And they did it to a T. And so, lost my train of thought. And so, yeah, I'm in there. I get a wave of revelation, inspiration, whatever you want to call it, about how to build Zion. I built Amazon. Literally, I built Amazon. It had not come about yet. This was way back in 2008. I designed Amazon better than Amazon. Because Amazon's still trying to add more stuff to it, as I had already designed it. And Bezos sucks at his job. He's only making, what, 200,000? 160,000, something like that? Yeah, he sucks. My design is based on the economic principle of keep your costs low for the customers. When you keep your costs low for the customers, they have more money that they will spend on your products. It's simple. But nobody thinks it'll work. And everybody is greedy. They all want to make big bucks. You know, they're on the stock market, and so their board of directors or whatever say, raise your prices, lower the wages, you know, destroy the products so that they have to keep buying more. You know, those types of things. That's what destroys a business. And people are okay with that, because what they do is they run a business into the ground and then they start up another business. Run that into the ground, take as much money as they can, and etc. That's their life. The concept of a holistic economy, just, nope, don't care. And so Bezos, yeah, he's making petty change for what he could be making. Petty change. I did the math figures on all of this that I was doing. Trillions. Multi-trillions. Guaranteed. Very simple, very easy. And I even designed YouTube. That was part of the feature. And so it was different in that people would do videos that they could make money off of. And again, you give the majority of the royalties to the people doing the product. Making the book, making the video, whatever, give them the majority. See, Amazon? Yeah, they get the majority. They screw over everybody that tries to sell through them. You know, because it's all about, we must make the most money, and so we need to screw over everybody else. Yeah, Amazon will not last with this business strategy. You know, he's already facing unions. And so, yeah, the guy sucks at business. And so, I was pissed at God. What are you doing? I'm never going to use this. You're just torturing me. I'm gone forever. I finished the work, finished the whole designs, and then 6 years later, well, 5 years later, came the coincidental, whatever I called it, circumstance, whatever, confirmation, coincidental confirmation, because it required 3 key people to retire. It shocked everybody. I wasn't supposed to leave. But here I am. And I got out in 2014. Coincidental confirmation. Signs in the heaven, lunar eclipses, that pattern. Remember that video? Of course not. There are lunar eclipse patterns with deaths of prophets. We are in one right now. We have until September 7th. This is what I'm waiting for currently. This is the coincidental. So, I can't remember it. I have to have it written down in front of me and repeat it a billion times. And so yeah, the May 26th lunar eclipse, November 19th lunar eclipse, which means in between this time frame. This is an Exodus. We had the annular eclipse over the north. The north got signaled to gather to Zion. Remember that? It's in Scripture. But this is the final months of the year for the Exodus, according to Scripture. 3,333 years from the Jewish designation of the Exodus. It didn't happen. You don't honestly think that a mortal man raised his hands and his rod with a serpent on it, and the waters parted, and the ground was dry for them to walk on it? Seriously? You believe that, do you? You don't believe it's just another translation of the Heliopolis creation glyph? What? What? Right, only 10 of you are listening. So, Yeah. But guess who parted the waters here in Utah? Another coincidental circumstance. Not circumstance. That's it. I'm fed up. I have to have it shown on the screen. Confirmation. Coincidental confirmation. Okay. And so, yeah, from the lunar eclipse, coincidental confirmation, coincidental confirmation, coincidental confirmation, over and over again. But still, no event. And that pisses me off. Because I don't know what else to do on my part. And so, sometime last week, it was before last month, 29, 28, 27, it was around the 27th, I think, somewhere around there, that weekend, I had the inspiration that Tuesday I should purchase some granola bars for the trip, for an Exodus. I don't know how it's going to happen, in which manner it's going to happen, or when it's going to happen. I just get the inspiration, granola bars for the trip. So Tuesday comes. Actually, no, Sunday. So it was before Sunday. I was able to go to the store on Sunday, took the bus down, but missed the bus by a couple of minutes. I had to walk. And I was too rushed trying to make sure I caught the bus, even though I missed it, that I didn't get the granola bars. I was still heavily loaded anyway, but I had to walk home because the next bus wasn't coming for an hour. I got halfway, heat exhaustion. Had to sit under a tree to keep the food as cool as possible. And waited for the bus. And so then Tuesday came. Wasn't able to buy it either. Then, sometime near the end of the week, probably Friday, I think it was, somebody had been given a whole bunch of granola bars, and they didn't want them, so they had them divided up among the tenants. So I got granola bars finally. Coincidental confirmation. I wasn't able to do it myself. It was done for me, but it's coincidental confirmation that there is an Exodus coming. And I don't know if I'm even going to give this to you guys. Why should I bother? Nobody cares. And so it was either Sunday or yesterday that the rest of the tenants decided they didn't like their granola bars. So I ended up getting all of them. And then yes, today, even though there was another coincidental confirmation that blew me out of the water. I wasn't expecting it. But, again, coincidental confirmation that it's soon. Like, this month soon. Because if we go into August, I'm going to lose my preparation that I've been preparing for. Because I have to cycle through granola bars. I can't just let them sit for years. They have to be a part of my diet. And And so this other thing coincidentally confirmed that, yeah, this month. But still no event, still no knowing when, still not knowing when, still not knowing how. But we did have coincidental confirmation. Putin attacks on cyber attacks on the 4th. And I did buy more granola bars. I got the raspberry filled 4 boxes of them. So, what do I do now? I know it's coming. The signs in the heavens have all aligned. I've seen the signs. I've revealed the signs to you. I've revealed the scriptures to you about all the prophecies. Nelson is supposed to bite the big one. Not just Monson so that Nelson takes over. Nelson's the big head honcho in scripture, the false prophet of Revelation, the Antichrist of scripture. And he's supposed to die. 85 verse 8. And then Deuteronomy 18. And the other prophets are going to flee. Section 101, the parable, starting in verse 43. As well as other places like Jeremiah. And so I know what's coming from Scripture. I've seen the signs in the heavens. I've been revealing all this to you guys. Assuming I post this video. And they're not caring about coronavirus anymore. The Delta variant, it's in Utah. It's obvious. Kids are getting the coronavirus, which means it's the Delta variant. But 12% last week. Because they didn't keep track of the numbers through the holidays, from the 3rd to the 5th. And so from the 6th to the 2nd, the percentage is equal for all of those 3 days. And plus the 12%, 11%, 12%, 13%, and 10.3% that we had for the rest of the week. Yeah, 12%. That's red. We're supposed to be shut down again. You're all supposed to be staying home and staying safe again. You didn't listen to me last year. Over 3,000 are dead. Many got hospitalized and are long haulers. This is Moses. Again, this is the latter days type and shadow, is the Exodus. Moses, the president of the church, who was not the president of the church. Pharaoh was president of the church. Because Pharaoh is a theocratic leader, government and religion. So Trump and Nelson were combined into one with Pharaoh. And Moses, I've been trying to tell you without telling you, because I don't want you to be compelled to believe. Because if you reject after being compelled, it's even worse for you. And the prophecy said, if you're not going to listen to the latter-day Moses, Mormons are going to die. Oh, they did. 3,000 dead. So, what do we do? What do we do? I know what's coming. I don't know when, and it's frustrating me. I've told you the signs. I've revealed the scriptures to you. I've done my part. I've gotten the granola bars. I've got my part done. And the thing is that God can't do it. God can't cause evil. He's good, remember? Evil has to do evil. So Putin, yeah, he wimped out. He only did a cyber attack again. But the white supremacists, the MAGAs, the state legislatures, they've all done their part. Yeah, you don't get to vote anymore. Isn't that great? No elections. So in the future, if nothing happens, they'll turn us into authoritarianism. We'll become neo-Nazi America. And then the torture and the pain and suffering begins. And just like in business, then we're going to run it into the ground, and then we'll start up anew with a pure people, a pure master race. That's what they're doing with the coronavirus. Trump knew it would go after minorities who are poor because they don't get good health care. It was an extermination event. And I warned and I begged and I pleaded, and YouTube deleted one of my videos, which was just a personal one. I was just contemplating over the new virus and how it affects people, and I wasn't sure because I didn't get tested, and I made that clear in the video. Nope, banned. Yeah. They thought they were the law. YouTube needs to be banned. Like I said, I designed a better YouTube before YouTube. And it was a combination of YouTube and Facebook and whatever else is out there, plus stuff that isn't even yet invented. I invented it. So, what do we do? Alrighty, well that's it. Coincidental confirmation. I'll probably put that in the title of this one. I had another video planned on the trip. I was going to talk about the Utah underworld, or the underground Utah, because it doesn't directly apply to the church. The church is its own criminal organization. This is the underground crime in Utah, and it's horrific. If you've seen any of the news this year, they've been sort of scattering the subject out. The sex trafficking that's in Utah. If you're a high school kid and YouTube didn't catch you and keep you from watching my videos, your classmates, your female classmates, are prostitutes. Your daughters are prostitutes. That's the nightmare that we are facing here in Utah. And if you don't know what to look for, I do. I grew up in it in Southern California. I saw it in New York. So when I came to Utah, yeah, I saw it. I still see it here where I live. Not just the prostitution, but the gangs, and the homeless. The homeless act like the gangs. They mark off their territory. If you're a homeless person and you enter into somebody else's homeless territory, you declared war. Because each homeless person marks out their territory. And you will see this if you are paying attention. You'll most likely see it downtown because it's the same people in the same locations. There was by the Super Smiths, back behind at the corner by the Wendy's, there was a gang homeless person over others, and he would have them take shifts panhandling there at the corner to get the cars that stop at the stoplight right by the tracks. And that was his thing. He ran those people. They were his. And they do that just like gangs. And they have to in order to survive. So I was going to go over that, the black market economy, the drugs, the slave economy, the sex slavery, the child sex slavery, and the gangs, and how the homeless underground, and how it derived from the Wild West in early American history. If you need a refresher course on the lifestyle, I refer you to Deadwood, HBO, because it's based on the real Deadwood with the characters that were there. And Brigham Young turned Utah into a Deadwood. You know, he had the brothels, he was the gang leader, you know, the mafia kingpin here in Utah. Created his own kingdom, declared himself king. And so this foundation still carries on despite the United States coming in and shutting down Brigham Young. You know, the people still carry on those traditional practices to this day here in Utah. And that's what I immediately identified when I came here. And it's horrifying to witness people in such circumstances, because this is all they know to survive. So, alrighty, I'm pretty much done. That wasn't intended to be another video, but I threw it in because I'm not likely to get to it. Coincidental confirmation. I was going to have David Bowie's Life in the Underground. So I'm not sure if I might as well. So that will help explain it to you. You have to get through all 33 minutes to find out why that song is in the description below.